Welcome to the course of Data Communication and Networking, BE 7th semester Electronics and Communication Engineering. We are discussing a data link layer. A topic have a error detection and correction. We are continuing our discussion with our previous topic of a block coding. Up to now, we have discussed in the same topic as an error detection and error correction. Today, we go further with an Hamming distance and minimum Hamming distance. So, Hamming distance. One of the central concepts in encoding for the error control is the idea of Hamming distance. The Hamming distance between the two words having same side is the number of difference between the corresponding bits. We saw the Hamming distance between the two words x and y as the distance d into x y. The Hamming distance can easily be found if we apply an XOR operation on the two words and count the number of ones in the result. Note that the Hamming distance is a value greater than a 0. Fine. So we can say that an Hamming distance between the two words is the number of difference between the corresponding bits. To understand further, let's have an example. So let us find an Hamming distance between the two pairs of words. The Hamming distance D000 and 011 is 2 because the XORing of 00 and 011 is 011. So how many numbers are 1, 2. So the distance is 2. Over here, the second example, the Hamming distance between 010 10101 and 1110. So what is the XORing between these two? 01011 means how many ones are there? 3. So the distance of the Hamming distance will be 3. Fine. So it is very easy. So what is the minimum Hamming distance? Although the concept of Hamming distance in the central point in the dealing with an error detection and correction code, the measurement is used for the designing a code is the minimum Hamming distance. In a set of words, the minimum Hamming distance is the smallest Hamming distance between the all possible pairs. We use d minimum to define the minimum Hamming distance in a coding scheme. To find out this value, we find the Hamming distance between the all words and select the smallest one. So we can say that the minimum Hamming distance is the smallest Hamming distance between the all possible pairs in a set of words. To understand it, let's have an example. Okay. Over here, find the minimum Hamming distance of the coding scheme of table 1.1. It is covered in a previous session. So let's have an all the Hamming distance between D000 and 011. So how many bits are changed? 2. Over here 2 bits are changed. Is it 2? Over here 2, over here 2, and over here 2. So we can say that the B minimum in this case is 2. Another example. The table data is written over here. So what is the minimum Hamming distance for this scheme is, we can say that over here 1, 2 and 3 ones are there. So we can say that it is a 3. Over here 4 changes there. One is in the first bit, second bit, third bit and fourth bit. So 4 Hamming distance. Over here 3 bit change, 3. Over here the 3 changes there. Over here 4 changes is there. First 4 bit is. So we can say that after combining or after calculating all the table value, we can say that the d minimum in this case is 3. Okay. 3 parameters. Before we continue our discussion, we need to mention that any codem scheme needs to have at least 3 parameters. First is a code word size n. Second is the data word size k. And third is the minimum Hamming distance d minimum. So 3 parameters are there, n, k and d minimum. A coding scheme C is written as C and K with a separate expression for the D minimum. For example, we can call our first coding scheme C32 with D minimum is 2 over here. C32 means 3 digit 2 Hamming distance. In our second scheme, there is a 5, 1, 2, 3, 5 and 2 bits are there. So 5 is compared with 2 and D minimum is 3. Fine. So we have 3 parameters N, K and D minimum. Next is Hamming distance and error. Before we explore the criteria of error correction and detection, let us discuss the relationship between the Hamming distance and error occurring during the transmission. When a code word is corrupted during the transmission, the Hamming distance between the sent and the received code word is the number of bits affected by the error. In other words, the Hamming distance between the received code word and the sent code word is the number of bits that are corrupted during the transmission. For example, if the code word 0000 is sent and 01101 is received, then 3 bits are in the error and Hamming distance between these 2D is 3. Fine. So what is the relation between the minimum distance for error detection? So let us find the minimum Hamming distance in the code if we want to able to detect up to S errors. If S errors occur during the transmission, the Hamming distance between the sent code word and the received code word is S. If our code is to detect up to S errors, the minimum distance between the valid code must be S plus 1, so that the received code word does not match the valid code word. In other words, if the minimum distance between the all valid code words is S plus 1, the received code word cannot be erroneously mistaken for the another code word. The distance are not enough S plus 1 for the receiver to accept S is valid. The error will be detected. We need to clarify a point here. Although the code word is D minimum is S plus 1, that may be able to detect more than S errors in some special cases. Only S or fewer errors are guaranteed to be detected. So we can say that to guarantee the detection of the up to S errors in all cases, the minimum Hamming distance in the block code must be D minimum plus 1. Fine. So we can say it easily. Let's have an example. The minimum Hamming distance for our first code scheme in table 1 is 2. This code guarantees the detection of only a single error, means minus 1. For example, if the third code word 101 is sent and one error occurs, the received code word does not match any valid code word. If 2 errors occur, however, the received code word may match a valid code word and the errors are not detected. Another example. In our second block code scheme, hidden D minimum is 3. This code can detect up to 2 errors. Again, we see that when any of the valid code words is sent, the 2 errors create a code word which is not in the table of the valid code words. The receiver cannot be fooled. However, some combination of 3 errors change a valid code word to the another valid code word. The receiver accepts the received code word and errors will be undetected. So there is many possibilities are there. Yes, we can look at this geographically or geometrically. Let us assume that a set code word X is at the center of the circle with a radius of S. All other received code words that are created by 1 to S errors are points inside a circle or the perimeter of the circle. Fine. All other valid code words must be outside of the circle, which is shown in this figure. Means a pink dot any corrupted code words with 0 to S errors, or a block is says any valid code word. Fine. In this figure, a d minimum must be an integer greater than an s, that is d minimum is equal to s plus 1. So, minimum distance for the error correction. Error correction is more complex than error detection. Decision is involved, that's why it is more difficult. When a received code word is a not valid code word, the receiver needs to decide which valid code word was actually sent. The decision is based on the concept of territory, an exclusive area of surrounding a code word. Each valid code word has in its own territory. We use a geometric approach to define each territory. Fine? 1 and 2 territory are there. We assume that each valid code word has a circular territory with a radius of t, and that is valid code word is at the center. For example, suppose a code word x is corrupted by the t bits or less, then this code word or corrupted code word is located either inside or the perimeter of the circle. If the receiver receives a code word that belongs to this territory, it detects that the original code word is one of the center. Note that we assume that only up to t errors have occurred, otherwise the decision is wrong. Our figure shows this geographic or geometric interpretation. Some texts use the sphere to show the distance between all the valid blocks. So over here it is very easy to understand. In this figure, our d minimum is greater than 2t, fine, 1t and 2t, and some gap between these two means d minimum is greater than 2t. Since the next integer increment is 1, we can say that the d minimum is equal to 2t plus 1. So we can say that to guarantee the correction of up to t errors in all cases, the minimum Hamming distance in a block code must be d minimum is equal to 2t plus 1, as our figure shows. Okay. A code scheme has an Hamming distance of d minimum is 4, and what is an error detection and correction capability of this scheme? This code guarantees a detection of up to 3 errors, s is equal to 3, but it can correct up to 1 errors. In other words, if this code is used for the error correction, the part of its capability is wasted. Error correction code need to have an odd minimum distance, 3, 5 and 7. Let's go ahead for another topic. Linear block codes. Almost all block codes used today belong to the subset called as a linear block codes. The use of the non-linear block codes for the error detection and correction is not as widespread because of their structure makes the theoretical analysis and implementation difficult. We therefore concentrate on our linear block codes. The formation of definition of the linear block code requires a knowledge of abstract algebra, which is beyond the scope of this course. We therefore give an information definition. For our purpose, a linear block code is a code in which an exclusive OR means addition modulo 2 of the two valid code words create another valid code words. Fine? So it is very easy. In this section, we are going to see the minimum distance of a linear block codes and the some linear block codes. So we can say that in the linear block code, then exclusive or XOR of any two valid code words create another valid code word. Let's have an example. Let us see if the two code words were defined in the table 1 and 2 belong to the class of the linear code words. In the scheme of the table 1.1 is the linear block code because the result of XORing of the any code word with any other code word is valid code word. For example, the XORing of the second and the third code words create a fourth one. Let's look. Let's have a look at the table to understand it very clearly. Okay, it is a table number 2. In the scheme of the table number 2, also a linear block code, we can create all the 4 code words by XORing the 2 other code words. Okay. Over here we can say that the result of XORing any code word with any other code word with value code word. For example, XORing the second and third code word will generate the 4th case. Over here, if we XORing 1 with 1, the 0, 1 with 0 is 1, 0 with 1 is 1. Means we can XOR these 2, we can generate the 4th code word. So it is one type of a linear codes. Same thing is applied over here. If we XORing these 2, 1 1 0 1 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 0 1 1, means by XORing these 2 we get this code. Fine, let's go ahead. Okay, minimum distance for linear codes or linear block codes. It is simple to find the minimum Hamming distance for the linear block code. The minimum Hamming distance is the number of ones in the non-zero valid code with the smallest number of ones. To clarify this, let's have an example. In first code in table number 1, let's go through the table first. Okay, in the first code, the number of ones in the non-zero code word are 2, 2 and 2, means 1, 2 and 3. In 3 code are there is a 2 ones and 2 ones. So the minimum Hamming distance D minimum will be 2. In second code word, means table number 2, the number of ones in the non-zero, there will be 1 2 3 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4. So we can say that D minimum will be 3. Fine. So it is clear to you minimum distance for the linear block code. Okay, let's go ahead. A simple parity check code. Now, let us now show some linear block codes. These codes are trivial because we can easily find the corresponding and encoding and decoding algorithm and check their performance. First is simple parity check code. Perhaps the most familiar error detecting and code is a simple parity check code. In this code, a k bit data word is changed to the n bit code word, where n is equal to k plus 1. An extra bit called as an parity bit is selected to make the total number of ones in the code word even. Although some implementations specify an odd number of ones, we discuss the even case. The minimum Hamming distance for all this category will be D minimum is equal to 2, which means that the code is a single bit error detecting code. It cannot correct any error, it just only detect. So we can say that in the simple parity code is a single bit error detecting code with n is equal to n plus 1 k plus 1 with D minimum is equal to 2. Our first code, our table number 1, is a parity check code with k is equal to 2 and n is equal to 3. The code in the table number 3 is also a parity check code with k is equal to 4 and n is equal to 5. Means there is a 4 data words and n number of code words, means a1 2 3 4 5, means n is equal to 5 over here, k is a 4 over here. So we can say that C54 means 5 is a n and 4 is a k. Yes, this figure shows the possible structure of an encoder at the sender and the decoder at the receiver. As you know, encoder is used for at the sender side and the decoder is used at the receiver side. The encoder uses a generator that takes a copy of a 4-bit data words A0, A1, A0, A1, A2 and A3 and generates a parity bit of R0. The data word bits and then parity bit create a 5-bit code words. The parity bit that added makes a number of ones in a code word even. This is normally done by adding a 4 bits of the data word, means a modulo 2. The result is a parity bit. In other words, we can say that an R0 is equal to A3 plus A2 plus A1 plus A0, which is modulo of 2 over here at the sender side. Remember this thing, it is a sender side. So what is at the receiving side? If the number of 1 is even, the result is 0. If the number of 1 is odd, the result is 1. In the both cases, the total number of ones in the code word is even. The sender sends the code word, which may be corrupted during the transmission. The receiver receives the 5-bit code word. The checker will check and receives, which will be same thing as the generator in the sender side with one exception. The addition is done over the 5 bits. The result, which is called as a syndrome, is just a 1 bit. Fine, it is just 1 bit. The syndrome is 0 when the number of ones in the received code word is even, otherwise it is 1. Fine. So we can say that then S0 will be B2, B3 plus B2 plus B1 plus B0 plus Q0, as we can receive these bits. Okay, the syndrome is passed to the decision logic analyzer. If the syndrome is 0, there is no error in the received code word. The data portion of the received code word is accepted the data word. If the syndrome is 1, the data portion of the received code word is discarded. Fine, so it will be discarded over here. The data word is not created. Fine, when it is discarded, the data word is not created. Let's have an example. Let us look at some transaction scenarios. Assume that the sender sends the data words 1011. The code word created from this data word is 10111, which is sent to the receiver. We examine 5 cases. In the first, no error occurs. The received code word is 10111. The syndrome is 0. The data word is 1011 is created. One single bit error change is A1. The received code word is 1011. The syndrome is 1. The no data word is created because it discarded its all the value over here. In the third case, one single error change is R0. The received code word is 10110. The syndrome is 1. The no data word is created. Why? That's why a particular syndrome is there. Fine. Fourth case, an error change is R0 and second error change is A3. The received code word is 00110. The syndrome is 0. So the data word 0011 is created. It discarded the last bit at the receiver. Note that there is a data word is wrongly created due to the syndrome value. Fine. The 3 bits A3, A2 and A1 are changed by the errors. the received code word is 01011, the syndrome is 1, the data word is not created due to the discarding. This shows the simple parity check guaranteed to detect a one single error. You can also find any odd number of error. Fine. It just find the value, not the correction. Okay, we can say that a simple parity check code can detect an odd number of errors. A better approach is the two-dimensional parity check. In this method, the data word is organized in a table, rows and columns. In our figure, the data to be sent are 5 7 bits, 1 2 3 4 and 5. 5 7 bytes are put in the separate rows. For each row and each column, a one parity check bit is calculated. The whole table is then sent to the receiver, which finds the syndrome for each row and each column. Our figure shows the two-dimensional parity check can detect up to 3 errors that occur anywhere in the table. Suppose arrow point to the location of the created non-zero syndromes. However, the errors affecting a 4-bit may not be detected. So, Hamming code. Now let us discuss a category of error correcting codes called the Hamming codes. These codes were originally designed with d minimum is equal to 3, which means that they can detect up to 2 errors or correct one single error. Although there are some Hamming codes that can occur and correct more than one error, our discussion focuses on the single bit error correcting code. First, let us find the relationship between the n and k in a Hamming code. We need to choose an integer m is equal to or greater than 3. The values of n and k are then calculated from the m and n, which is equal to 2 raised to m minus 1, which is a power of 2. Fine. So correct it properly. M is a power of 2 minus 1 and k is equal to n minus m. The number of check bit is r is equal to m. So we can say that all Hamming code discussed in this book have d minimum is equal to 3 and the relationship between the m and n in this code is n is equal to 2 raised to m minus 1. For example, if m is equal to 3, then n is equal to 7. This Hamming code is a C74 with d minimum is equal to 3. The table our shows the data word and code word for this code means 7 length, 4 data word and 3 d minimum is equal to 3. A pink letter shows the d minimum, which is 3. Yes, this figure shows the two-dimensional parity check error. Over here the arrow shows one error effect with the 2 parities. 2 errors affect 2 parities, 1 parity and second parity. Over here 3 errors affect 4 parities, 1 2 3 5. 3 errors affect 1 2 3 and 4 parity. A 4 error cannot be detected. 4 error cannot be detected over here. So it is very easy to understand with the diagram. Our figure shows the structure of encoder and decoder for this example. A copy of 4-bit data word is fed into the generator that creates 3 parity checks R0, R1 and R2, which is just like this: R0, R1 and R2, which is modulo of 2. R0 is equal to A2 plus A1 plus A0. R0 is equal to A2 plus A1 plus A0, as R1 is equal to A3 A2 A1, A3 A2 A1, and R2 is equal to A1 A0 A3. Same in the other words, each of the parity check bits handle the 3 out of the 4 bits of the data word. The total number of ones in each 4-bit combination must be even. We are not saying that these 3 equations are unique. Any 3 equation that involves 3 of the 4 bits in the data word and create independent equations are valid. A checker at the decoder creates a 3-bit syndrome S0, S2, S1, which is then each bit is a parity check for the 4 out of the 7 bits received at the code word, as shown over here. S0 will be B2 plus B1 plus B0 into plus Q0. S1 is equal to B3 plus B2 plus B1 plus Q1, and S2 is equal to B1 plus B0 plus B3 plus Q2 over here. The equations used by the checker at the same as the used by the generator with the parity check bit add to the right hand side of the equation. The 3-bit syndrome creates an 8 different patterns 000 to 111 that can be represented in 8 different conditions. This condition define the lack of error or an error in one of the 7 bits of the receiver. You can see this table for the same. The logical decision made by the correction logical analyzer means 8 possibilities are there, means 8 syndromes are there and 8 errors are written. Note that the generator is not concerned with the 4 cases shaded in our table. Fine. It is not concerned about this shaded region because there is an either no error or an error with a parity bit. In other 4 cases, one of the bits must be flipped, changes from 1 to 0 or 0 to 1 to find the correct data word. The syndrome values in our table are based on the syndrome bit calculation. For this example, if the Q0 in this error and S0 is only a bit affected, the syndrome therefore is 001. If the B2 is error and S0, if B2 is error, and then S0 and S1 are affected, the syndrome will be 011. Similarly, if the B1 is in error, all 3 syndromes bit are affected, then the syndrome is 111. Therefore, there are 2 points we need to emphasize here. First, if the 2 errors occur during the transmission, the created data word might not be a right one. In the second case, if we want to use the above code word for the error detection, we need a different design. Fine. So let's have an example. Let us trace the path of the 3 data words from the sender to the destination. The data word 0100 becomes the code word 010011. The code word 010011 is received. The syndrome is 000. The final code word is 0100. Means no error. The same data word is received. Second, the syndrome 011 becomes a code word of 0111 The syndrome will be 011. After flipping the B2, the changing of 1 to 0, the final code word is 0111. The data word 1101 becomes a code word of 110100. The syndrome will be 101, and after flipping the B0, we get the 000, a wrong data word. This shows that our code cannot correct two errors. Second example. We need a data word of at least 7 bits. Calculate the value of k and n that satisfy this requirement. We need to make an k is equal to n minus m greater than or equal to 7 or 2m minus 1 minus m less or equal to 7. If we set m is equal to 3, the result is n is equal to 23 minus 1, k is equal to 7 minus 3 or 4, which is not acceptable. If we set m is equal to 4, then n is equal to 24 minus 1 is equal to 15 and k is equal to 15 minus 4 is equal to 11, which is satisfy the condition. So the code will be 15c into 1511. Now, the important parameter performance. A Hamming cone can only correct a single bit error or detect a double error. However, there is a way to detect a burst error, just shown in our figure. A burst error can be detected with the Hamming code. The key to split the burst error between the several code words is one error for each code word. In the data communication, we normally send a packet or a frame of the data. To make the Hamming code respond to the burst error of an n size, we make an n code words out of our 4 frame. Then, instead of sending one code word at a time, we arrange a code words in the table and send these bits in the table to the column at a time. In our figure, the bits are sent column by column from the left. Each column, one bit are sent from the bottom to the top. In this way, the frame is made out of the 4 code words, then sent to the receiver. So 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, and 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Over here, some error is there. Fine. Our figure shows when a burst error in the size of 4 corrupts the frame, only one bit from each code word in the corrupted. Fine. So over here, a 0 is changed. Over here, 0 is become a 1 over here, and 1 is changed over 0 over here. Only one bit from each code word is corrupted. The corrupted bit in each code word can be easily corrected and at the receiving side. Right? So it is a very nice point for a error correction with the Hamming code. Okay, it is a question for you what we have discussed up to now. Explain Hamming distance and minimum Hamming distance with an example. So we conclude our session over here. Thank you. See you in the next session.